Welcome back to Mystery Mastery. Today we're talking Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. Do not conform to the pattern of this world. What is the pattern of this world? Fear, lack, and resistance. You watch the news. Why? So you can get your dopamine hit of fear, adrenaline. Why do people fight? Road rage, That's the pattern of this world. But be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So the world is going to tell you that you're not worthy. The world's going to tell you that you're not source energy. The world's going to tell you that your dreams are too far away to complete and you're not dedicated or persistent or persevering enough to achieve it. Now, all of these thoughts are demons, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So all these thoughts will come into place and they'll make you feel bad. And sometimes the thoughts that feel bad feel more real than the thoughts that feel good. So you can get 25 people complimenting you, and then one person who's close to you says, "Oh, you look stupid," and then you think of that person who said you look stupid more than the 25 people who complimented you. It's harder. It's easier to focus on what feels bad than what feels good. That's why we do it so much. But here is the trick. Your emotions are a vibrational frequency that manifests into the future. Everything you feel is a prayer. Every thought you think is a prayer, and everything you feel manifests in the future. So a practical application would be for you for 5 minutes a day just to believe completely that your desires are your destiny. Believe it completely, just for 5 minutes, even for 10 seconds. Try it with me now. Think of something that you genuinely want in life, and just think, this is God's will for me. Because everything has a desire. Trees, this grass behind me, has a desire to live. So it reaches up. These trees reach up to the sky because they desire to live. My sperm, when I was a sperm cell, when I was one of the millions of sperm cells, I had a desire to live. So I got to the egg first. You get me? Everything has desire, and if that desire feels good, it's in God's will. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So just for 5 minutes every day, I want you to just believe your desire. I want you to feel like your dream exists already. I want you to feel like your dream already exists. Whatever your dream is, feel like it already exists for 5 minutes. Just feel happy, feel excited, feel elated, feel ecstasy. Feel the ecstasy of your highest thought, your most happiest thought. Choose your thought. You can choose your thoughts. You don't have to feel bad. Nothing in this world can make you feel bad because his will, boom, then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is. His good, pleasing, and perfect will. You can know the difference between God's will and your will by simply feeling good. His good, pleasing, and perfect will. You'll be able to test what God's will is. You'll be able to test and approve what God's will is. His good, pleasing, and perfect will. God's will for you is to feel joy. You are always perfect when you are feeling joy. When you are tapped into the universal wavelength of reality. It says it right here. If feeling good is God's perspective, it says, then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is. His good, pleasing, and perfect. Seriously. Oh, mom's letting in a cat. I'm like, seriously, because you can see I'm making a video and you're coming in the garden anyway. Do not conform to the pattern of this world. So basically, do not let circumstances dictate your vibrational frequency. So when you walk out of this place, of this house, when you walk out of your house, when you walk into the street, and you see someone staring at you, and then they might give you a negative look or something, or anything that negatively affects your world, simply think a better thought. So if you see lack, the pattern of this world is lack, fear, and scarcity. Lack, fear, and resistance. If you see lack in the world, let that be your opportunity to see abundance. So, for example, one might say one can feel bad when someone dies. So, my grandma died about 6 months ago, and it's just elevated my spirituality. Oh my god, like, I didn't know I could feel good through everything. Everything has a perspective. I've learned, like, it's amazing the situations. Like I felt good about my grandma dying because I was like, yeah, it was her time to go. She probably saw all of her friends and as in like her dead ones. She probably seen all of her friends and they were like, come, do you want to stay on earth or do you want to go to heaven? Do you want to come back to God? And I believe she was like, oh, I'm going. I've been sitting here watching the news every day, feeling depressed. Forget that. I'm going to God. And then the next day I tell my mum, oh, I felt good about this. And this is probably what happened because it felt good. And then my mum tells me the night before my grandma died, she was like, I see them. I see them. My mum was like, who? You see who? She was just like, oh, you don't know. I can see them. I believe I tapped into the higher perspective that my grandma had. And my mum, the reason the day before my grandma died, she said, I see them to my mum. I believe she was seeing her friends. So I tapped into a higher thought and it made me happy, which makes, and then I started studying near-death experiences and I just realized, wow, we are eternal, we are infinite beings. But then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. You can know God's will. You can know the future. You can read minds. You can read minds because all you have to do is be like, all right, that guy was angry at me. I wonder why. Feel good about it. The perspective will be in alignment with source energy, and you will just know exactly why the person was acting like that. It could have been because of jealousy, because he was angry, or because you did something that made him feel insecure. But either way, tapping into your higher self, chakra, tapping into what feels good is his good, pleasing, and perfect will. Remember, it says pleasing. Pleasing. What pleases you? What is your joy? That is God's will. Your joy is God's will. So do not conform to the pattern of this fear-based world, but be transformed by the renewing of your ecstatic mind. Then you'll be able to test and improve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. This is Mystery Mastery. I'm Daniel Francis. This is the Science of Miracles, Philosophical Christianity. Peace.